Shalom, Kol Halayam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to the elect. This is your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. What I want to go into in this lesson, I'm pretty sure brothers have heard by now. If they haven't heard, we got more, BS, more dirt coming out on this guy, Alazar, right? Alizé, which is at this point it's shown that the guy is just a full-fledged demon, and I'm glad more is coming out on him because he hasn't repented. You can see he hasn't repented. He's not going to repent. He's a proud individual. Okay, but this video is really not concerning him. But I want to speak to you, Shar Ya'Allah, okay, which is the guy who's been bringing out all of this information concerning this dude, Alizé, which is a good thing that he's being exposed. People should know about this. And of course, his judgment was a long time coming and it's just beginning. But my question to you, Shar Ariala, because you're at this, right now you're attempting to paint this dude Alizé as if he's the most wicked man who ever lived. Okay, he said the things that he's doing, you can't even read about in the scriptures. He said it's unprecedented. He's comparing him to Judas. He's comparing him to Saul. Right? He said he is Hophni, the son of one of the wicked sons of Eli. Okay. So my question to you, Shar Ariala, what made your spirit resonate with a man so vile, with a man so evil for years? Okay? That's my question to you, a sincere question, and really, it's not really a question to you. I'm proposing this question because I believe that this is a question that you should be asking yourself sincerely. If you are sincerely in this truth, which honestly I don't believe you are, okay? But I believe that you believe that you're sincere. I don't believe that your motives are 100% pure in bringing all this information out. Okay, which that's neither here nor there. But if you sincerely fear the Lord, sincerely serve the Lord, as you claim, this is a question that you really should ask yourself. Because the more and more that you bring out, the more dirt you bring out on this man, which of course you're burying him. He needs to be buried. He needs to be done away with. But the more you bring out on him, the worse it makes you look, because the only thing I can think of is, why now? Obviously, this is things that this man has been doing. You're basically saying he's the most wicked man in Israel. Which, if that's the case, he didn't become the most wicked man in Israel this year. Okay. If that's the case, he's been he's been wicked as all hell. And you had, which really inspired, triggered me. I don't want to use that word trigger, right? But what really triggered me to do this video is because you had the nerve, you had the audacity to mix the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the brothers of Great Millstone, starting with Apostle Tahar, with this madness. And you see, every time there's a scandal, every time something goes on, every time somebody in Israel have to get rebuked for some wickedness comes out, For some reason, GMS always gets mixed in. That's very interesting. Somehow, some way, Apostle Tahar got something to do with it. Let you niggas tell it. Right? Which, this, I was giving this guy some grace. Which, sure, he's effeminate. Which the Lord said that the effeminate is not going to make it in the kingdom. Right? But it doesn't take long for you to see that this man is effeminate. Okay? Just by the way he talks, just by the way his mannerisms, the long hair. It's clear that he's effeminate, which you was just in the Christian church, my man. Said to yourself that you was just in part of Dr. Eric Mason's congregation. And that's basically how you came into the truth, through Sakari. You seeing Sakari going back and forth with your church. If I'm not mistaken, you said that's how you came in. But guess what? Sakari came out of GMS. Alazar came out of GMS. If it wasn't for Apostle Tahar, you would have never heard of this nigga Alazar. There would never been no Sakari. Which means your ass would still be sitting at the feet of Dr. Eric Mason. So you have a lot of nerve, young man, and you older than me. You got some years on me. Cause you said how old you were, but of course you're still a young man. I'm a young man, but you have a lot of nerve. You said GMS is wicked. He said I don't like none of you GMS niggas, but I love y'all. I love y'all. He love. The man said love. He loved Alazar about 25 times. The man said, I love GMS. He said, I don't enjoy doing this. I don't enjoy saying this, but I love you. I love you. Bro, stop. You're not convincing me, okay? It's clear that you are getting some sort of a kick out of bringing this information out, bro. But you keep saying, I love you. I love Alazar. I love him. I love him. You keep saying that because deep down inside, what the truth is. Okay? And people can see, bro. People can see what's really going on. But at the end of the day, this information had to come out. So, whatever. The Lord using you. And the Lord is going to hold that same scrutiny, that same level of judgment that you meeting out right now. You want to expose some shit? You want to expose somebody? The Lord gonna you better get your house in order. That's all I gotta say. You better get your house in order, cause you're next. That's how the Most High get down. Okay, if you didn't know, this man got the nerve to say GMS is wicked. So if GMS is wicked, Sakari is wicked. Right? Which Sakari is done. Anybody still staying over there, I agree with you. Yeah, the Most High is going to finish him. Okay, but if GMS is wicked, Sakari is wicked, then who are the true leaders of Israel? ICPK? IUIC? Or you? Okay, so again, for what reason why was your spirit so heavily gravitated toward this man Alazar for years? And you also mentioning things that he did, wicked things that he done, which clearly you already knew about for some time now. But now all of a sudden he's the most wicked man on earth. Which, because you can't say that we ain't just start getting on this guy. Start with Apostle Tahar and the men on down, Great Millstone, been getting on this guy for years. Years and years and years. And I know you saw all the videos. I know you heard. Right? But we the most wicked guys because of a so-called, what you guys like to call the grape doctrine. Which is clear, we ain't telling nobody to do nothing. We are just reading out the scriptures. We telling you if it happens, this is the judgment. That's it. Showing you dudes are effeminate as hell. You soft as hell, man. We wicked, but this man, the woman in question, right? Who Big Alizé was tricking off with, big tricking, $40,000 worth of tricking, right? Who out of her own mouth said, I was never a part of y'all congregation, right? She never believed. She called Alizar her trick, but she had the nerve to come. As you said, she came to the Passover and ate. So she's finished. She's condemned. She's done. But I heard you call her or refer to her as good sister. You watch this video, this man referred to this whole harlot as good sister over and over again. He keep referring to her as good sister, good sister. This good sister, this good sister. So she's a good sister, but we are wicked. And you want to call Apostle Tahar Eli, right? But let's go with that, right? Let's go with that. Which I'm not saying he's Eli, but according to you, he's Eli. Let's go with that. The scriptures never directly condemn Eli as wicked. The Most High never called Eli wicked. The Most High brought judgment on him, swift judgment, and gave him a quick death. He fell over. Well, I believe he had a heart attack. Maybe if I gotta go back over it, but it was a quick death. He fell over, broke his neck. Right? Which the Most High, we can read about plenty examples in the scriptures of the Most High putting men to death and it was still righteous. Did not the Most High put Moses to death before he could enter into the land? Right? So, according even of your own word, you're condemned yourself. You have the nerve to call out men that's been laboring in this thing longer than you've been alive. And you just came out of the Christian church not that long ago. So clearly you're a novice, you're an upstart, you're a young man, you lifted up with pride, and you think you're that guy now. But the question remains, why were you so heavily gravitated towards this man? And we've been rebuking him the whole time. That's because either you're not spiritual at all. I'm gonna give you the answer. Either you're not spiritual at all. If it took all this for you to realize that man is off. It took all this for you to see that man ain't right. Meaning if this didn't come out, you would still be in Sakari right now. Going out to camp, side by side with him. You would still be sending your ties to this nigga so he could go trick off. Because this nigga Alizar, who are we are finding out him to be? Who we're finding out who he really is not very far away from who he portrayed himself to be. He portrayed himself to be a Hoover Crip, right? Gangbanger, right? Coming to camp with guns, right? The whole Sakari movement is based upon being assassins, being carnal. He showed himself this whole time that he's a carnal man. But all this coming out is so shocking. We not shocked. We just like, damn. But it's not a shocker. To you, it's a shocker. So either you're not spiritual at all, you don't have a spiritual bone in your body, if it took all this for you to recognize that, or you're just like him. Simple as that. And it shows that you're like him, because you got that same effeminate ass spirit with the long hair, and we clearly see this nigga is down bad for Keisha. He's down bad for the so-called black woman. The so-called black woman got him totally wrapped around her finger. Totally. And you're not far away. That's why you keep referring to this woman as good sister. His other wife that brought out the information about him, you know, being vile, you still referring to her as good sister. And my sister, nigga said sister about 100 times in this video. It's sister. I love the sisters. I love the sisters. But we're wicked though. That's because you're effeminate. You're a simp too. Okay? I don't have many scriptures lined up. But what don't the scriptures say, as a king is, so is his officers? Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13, right? Or Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, and start at 14. Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. Right? As the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. Right? That's plain, that's simple. It says also every man loveth his neighbor. So it's clear that Alazar is your neighbor. Okay? Because 6 months ago, if we did a video on Alazar calling him wicked, you would defend him. 3 months ago, you would defend this man. 3 months ago, you were sending money to this man and he was going tricking off with it. Hell, 2 months ago. But now all of a sudden, he's the most wicked man in Israel, and you so spiritual and you calling it out, you coming from a moral high ground. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break, man. And like I said, you know, I was giving you grace. I'm pretty sure some other brothers maybe out there may not feel the same as me, but I was giving you a little grace. Sure, you're effeminate. Sure, your energy still screams Christianity, right? But you having the nerve to come for the apostles and elders of great millstone brothers on down. That's where you fucked up, man. And you clearly are going down the same road as Alazar. The Most High is using you to expose this man because of all the hard and proud things that he has said against Yahushua himself, against other men of the Lord, heavy hitters like the Apostle Paul, right? And also our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. But you can't see that. Why? Because you're not spiritual. You're just like him. And you're going down the same road as him. And the Most High may do you worse than him. Since you think you coming from a moral high ground, you thinking you rebuking and exposing So the Most High dealing with you now. The Most High raising you up to lead Israel now, huh? Verse 16, all flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. You see that? So there's a reason why you gravitated towards Alazar so strongly and heavily. Because spiritually, y'all are very identical. And there was a reason why Alazar was gravitated towards GMS. But guess what? He couldn't remain because he's truly not like us. Lord willing, I remain. Shit. But initially, he was gravitated for a reason. But he fell off for that same reason. And you are being gravitated towards the man. Right? But now all of a sudden, he's the most wicked. Come on, man. Verse 17, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. Okay? So again, Sakari might have been your first encounter with the Hebrew Israelite movement. I'll give you that, right? So that probably wasn't, initially, pulled you to them. But something, once you came into the faith and you see all the other camps and the other men teaching, you didn't go with nobody else. You stayed with Sakari. Why? The answer is obvious. And you will still be with them right now to this day if whatever information you brought out wasn't brought to you. Or until you've probably found some other information to bring out and expose and call yourself Breaking Bad. But, I didn't want to make this video long. It's just something I wanted to speak on through the Spirit. All right. So, for all the brothers out there, you younger brothers coming up, that's why the scriptures say we have to try the Spirit. Okay? Many false prophets are going out into the world. If a man tell you they don't worship Yahweh Shai and commanded others not to, clearly that man is off. Clearly that man is a demon. You got men saying that the apostle, the Most High wasn't, basically saying Yahweh Shai wasn't dealing with the Apostle Paul. Clearly that man is off. So none of those things made you leave. The doctrine, you don't got no problem with that. And this is why we, the scripture, matter of fact, I'm going to end off with this. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 3. Jeremiah chapter 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You see that? When we read that, we think about the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. When you read that, you thought about Chief Priest Alazar, nigga. So don't switch up now and start calling people out. Nah, nigga, keep that same energy. Or this talking about you now. Does any truth that you learned from Alazar, which he and the Sakari, they preach some truth? Yeah. They preach, a good percentage of the truth. And whatever percentage of they teach that is true, they got that from Apostle Tahar, nigga. Goofy. But you got the nerve to talk shit. Boy, like I say, you better get your house in order, nigga. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rahakwadash. Until the next one, Shalom.